Hey everyone, Mike here. And one of the most overlooked strategies that we see with Amazon sellers is ASIN targeting. Many sellers have some ASIN targeting campaigns, but not all of them are taking advantage of all of the opportunity out there. I'm gonna go over 7 different strategies, also show you a cheat sheet that you can download below to make sure that you are filling out your ASIN targeting funnel properly. If you don't have access to the playbook series, make sure you click on the link below to find out how to set up those campaigns properly as well. I'll see you on the inside. So let's dive in. The first strategy is to use the market basket analysis tool. Now, if you're brand registered for Amazon, you're going to have access to brand analytics, and you simply come over here and look at a couple different things. You're gonna go to the market basket analysis, and what I did was I clicked on quarterly and I excluded my own products. Now this is a great way to see what shoppers are looking for when they're actually purchasing my product, what other products are showing up in the basket. And this could be a simple way to get started with ASIN targeting simply by downloading this report and finding those ASINs and then putting it into our ASIN cheat sheet right over here under column number 1. Column number 2 is sponsored product, brand, and display suggested ASINs. Now what we're gonna do is go on over to Amazon and you can create any kind of campaign, and you're gonna see that Amazon is going to suggest ASINs for you to target. Now keep in mind that if you look at sponsored product, sponsored brand, and sponsored display, the ASINs that they're going to suggest to you are going to be different. So it's a good practice to come in here every once in a while and see if there are any new ASINs that Amazon does suggest. But you will see a difference predominantly between sponsored product ads and sponsored display ads. If you come in here, you're going to see different ASINs. Now, unfortunately, there is no easy way to pull these ASINs, so you would have to copy and paste them one by one and enter them into the cheat sheet. You could also do like a long copy here and put it into an Excel file and do a little bit of manipulation on the Excel file and then get the ASINs that way. If you're really good with Excel, you can do that. But the point is there are a bunch of different ASINs here that you can use to target and to put into your cheat sheet. So the next column here is the converted ASIN column. So I have here 2+ orders, and what you can do is you can use a tool like PPC Entourage to quickly dig into your search term report and find all of the ASINs that have at least 2 or more orders. Now we're collecting these ASINs from product targeting campaigns and also from automatic campaigns, and then we're finding the ones that have at least converted twice with a really good acceptable ACoS range. And we're gonna get all those ASINs and we're gonna dump them right into this list right over here. The next strategy is to use a tool called Keepa. Now Keepa costs about, I think it's $11 per month, so this is a paid tool. However, it is going to give you the largest list of ASINs that we have found. It's a really good tool if you're looking to find all of the variation ASINs in your niche and really dive into individual product targeting. Now the benefit to this is a lot of your competition probably isn't targeting those very small variation ASINs. So if somebody is going to that listing, you're targeting that ad, there's probably a really good chance that Amazon is gonna show your ad compared to your competition if you're specifically targeting those little micro variations. So let me give you an example of what that looks like. I'm inside of Keepa, and if I go down over here, the first thing that you're gonna do is I'm gonna go up. You're gonna go and type in your main root category. And as you can see over here, our main root category is pet supplies and our subcategory is litter mats. So the results section is gonna show me 4,858 different products in that category. Now, if I go down, actually, if I click on all, it's actually gonna show me 6,851. But then if you go over here and click on variation ASINs, I'm gonna find all of those small variations, and that's 4,860. Now what I can do is I can pull that report, download those ASINs, and I can enter that into my list. Now, I'm not saying to target all of those ASINs. Some of them are going to be very low traffic ASINs. So what you can do is use the cheat sheet to enter them into the cheat sheet and then use them over time. That's a good way to do it. Or you can slowly target them over time, test out maybe 100 at a time in sponsored display and sponsored product ads and also sponsored brand ads as well. So here's that list right over here. You can download all of those ASINs and put them right over here. The next tool is ASIN Grabber. This is a popular one from Helium 10. And essentially what we're looking for is the ASINs grabbed from the relevant main product keyword. So I have that open over here. As you can see, our main keyword is cat litter mat. all you have to do is open up the Helium 10 extension, and that's going to be, the ASIN grabber is going to show up right over here. And then what I can do is pull all of those ASINs, which I've done already, download the report, pull those ASINs, and then once again, put them into my cheat sheet. All right, now the next column inside of our cheat sheet is very similar. However, it's complementary products. So let's say, for example, I wanted to go a little bit wider with my product targeting reach. I wanted to target something that's complementary. Let's say a litter box. If I'm selling litter mats, I can go ahead and do the same strategy with the ASIN grabber, Helium 10, for the litter box category, and grab those ASINs and target those ASINs as well. Of course, that means you're wanting to do a lower bid because it's not as relevant, and you want to make sure that you don't overpay for those because it's just going to be expensive if you do that. All right, finally, we have the last column here, which is the ASIN grabber for, actually, we have the ASIN grabber for new arrivals. I went out of order, but the last column is for complementary products, but the ASIN grabber for new arrivals is pretty similar. However, what you're going to do is you're going to go over here and click on, instead of features, click on newest arrivals. And this is going to be the latest arrivals that have shown up in your category. This is a little bit of like low-hanging fruit. Perhaps these sellers are driving traffic to their listing. They're looking to get noticed. You can go in there and you can steal some of those sales from the weakest links, from the weakest competitors. So what you would do is just go ahead and do newest arrivals. And then once again, use the Helium 10 extension to use the ASIN grabber. And this is going to pull up all of those different ASINs in the new arrival section on this page. So once you have your list of ASINs, once again, this is something that you can do on a regular basis. Perhaps every month you go in and you find new list of ASINs. The cool thing about this cheat sheet is you can dump your list of ASINs into these different brackets. It sort of gives you an idea as to like how to find the ASINs and kind of like a reminder. Then you dump them into these little brackets here, into these columns. And what we're going to show you here is a deduplicated list. So let's say we have duplicate ASINs that show up across all this list. It's going to show up as just one listing, one deduplicated list right over here. And it's also going to show you the frequency of how many times this ASIN is showing up on the list. So that kind of gives you a heads up as to how relevant this ASIN is for you. If it's showing up multiple times, let's say you've done your research and it's showing up 4 or 5 times, this is probably a highly relevant target that you would likely want to consider targeting. And that would give you some evidence right over here, and you can potentially go ahead and target that. Now, the way to go ahead and do that and to run this formula is simply going over to Tools, then going down to Macros, and then clicking on ASIN Expansion Macro. And what's going to happen once you do that is we're going to look at all the different columns and see how many of those ASINs are showing up more than one time. It's going to deduplicate the list for you. And this way you can take this deduplicated list and you can take massive action with your Amazon ads and crush it with product ASIN targeting. So are there any other methods that you're using to find ASINs? Let us know in the comment section below. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and once again, if you need any help with your Amazon advertising, click on the link below to head on over to PPC Entourage. Also, the video above is an interview I did with Emma from Marketing by Emma on 5 tips to improve a listing, and also the video below is a listing that YouTube thinks you will like. I will see you all next week.